All right, hello NCBCA. This is Marcus and Snipe and Sexton here, and this is the first episode of the recruiting podcast. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about you, Marcus?
Not too bad. So, shall we get right into this?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's look at number 30 first. We've got Solomon Brown. He is a 5 location, 3 playing time, 2 winning, 5 loyalty, 2 prestige, 3 education, 3 campus life recruit from Charleston, South Carolina. You got any hunches of where he might commit to?
The location is a big deal, obviously, and loyalty being the other five means it's got to be a long tenured coach in the Carolinas area, which means if Duke wants to come in for him, Duke's got him, especially with the major. That's a STEM major, and coach who hasn't broken contract recently. I mean, that's exactly who I think would come in first. Anyone smaller than Duke you think you take a shot at
I
him?
could see. I wouldn't be surprised if Napalm at South Carolina offers because of the location, but also, oh yeah, Charleston is by far the closest city to Columbia. But
Yeah.
but I could see a Dogwood at Georgia come in. I could see a Florida with Port come in since they're all reasonably close, and obviously Georgia would have an edge on never breaking contract and being an alumni of the school. So I could see them coming in and going for this guy.
One other guy I could see, and I'd love to see it happen, is I'd love to see Wake come in with a
Oh, that's a
football
good one.
guy. It's also Carolina school, so and again STEM, arguably better than Duke in a lot of ways. So I'd like to see Wake come in for
Yeah,
pitch for third.
I definitely could also see Ben. Ben been at NC
Oh,
State for a long time.
Port.
I'm not so sure about how good NC State STEM is, but I could definitely see it happen.
All right,
But if I had to crystal ball, I'd go with Duke right now. But there's a lot of possibility where this guy could go to.
I'd have to agree with that.
All right, let's move on to 29. Luca Mazzola. He is 5 pro potential, 2 prestige, 3 education, 5 campus life. Yes, yeah, and he has a hospitality major from Auburn, Alabama. So right
Wow.
away, he has 0 traits, and his biggest values are campus life and pro potential. So this seems like an easy. I could see a UCLA come in because with UCLA got shit ton of stuff going on in Los Angeles. Shelby has a long legacy of bringing guys to the NBL from UCLA, so I could definitely see him coming in despite not being like a super obvious candidate. What are you thinking?
Well, UCLA is the obvious thing. Especially, I would be surprised if they didn't have some sort of hospitality major there. Hospitality makes me think UNLV or something,
Ooh, yeah.
but that doesn't actually fit the other two values, so I couldn't say them. Um, this is a Boston college, and he always goes hard on the campus life, and he has plenty of pros to draw on if he decides to dip this low. Um,
BC's got terrific
What?
education too.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, I mean, anyone that's had a long enough tenure in this league can pitch campus life and pro potential. So this is probably a backup for an old head of the league.
Yeah, that seems like it. All right, moving on to 28, we've got Jose Kim. 2 loyalty, 2 prestige, 2 education, 2 campus life, 4 storyline. He
Everyone's
is
favorite.
a Purdue legacy. So obviously, Purdue is the obvious favorite for this guy. But does Plot go this low with only 2 scholarships, is the question.
I don't think he would. I mean, he could in fact offer him, but I don't know if he would get to him. It's a late close,
Yeah,
so
126.
no traits and twos across the board in the uh, four tough ones to deal with for some people.
Yeah,
Uh, so essentially that's like four fours instead of four twos.
essentially, yeah.
So loyalty, prestige, education, and campus life. I could see.
I could see an Indiana
Yeah,
come in.
in Indiana, that's a good one. Um, Man, if Osu was still at Wisconsin, but
No, they just hired a new guy. That's the thing.
I know it's too bad because that probably would have worked very well.
But yeah, this seems
Who do you
like a
who do
big
you
North
think?
rival thing that could come in.
Who would you think?
I haven't like I this guy is not on my radar. I'm going to tell you that right now. I could see a Xavier. I know I'm a coach of Xavier. I could potentially see myself writing for this guy. I could see Nacho at Ohio State writing for this guy. There is a lot
Ooh,
of
that's a good
options.
shout.
Pardon?
That's a good shout. A natural Ohio State.
Yeah,
That's a really
definitely.
good one. Or I could see a Gonzaga winning,
Yeah, that's actually interesting. That's a good angle.
or maybe Gabe at Ohio State, or sorry, Oregon State, the other OSU. Yeah, that's anyone could really come in and make. It's a 690. It's a total crapshoot.
Yeah. All right.
So
Moving on to 27, Giovanni Rivera. He is a center with three location, three pro potential, two playing time, three winning, four loyalty, four prestige, and he is from Salt Lake City with a one storyline, so it doesn't matter. And his traits are he wants to play for the school with a winning record over the last 40 years, and a coach with a proven NT track record. So right off the bat, to me,
hmm,
I feel like definitely being in Salt Lake City, I could see. I think a Gonzaga or a Oregon State could come for this guy. They have good tenures. They're relatively close. They have good loyalty, good prestige, and especially who has a good record in the NT. I could see a Jackman from San Diego State come in. They just made a finals run.
I'm not terribly familiar with him, but how is Ruba's loyalty rating look? I know he just
He's.
joined
I
Colorado
can
State,
check right now on the absent coaches.
but Colorado State is a solid program. I think they could probably do prestige fairly well.
He is sitting at 100 loyalty.
Oh boy, well there you go.
Yeah, that is
That
definitely an
doesn't
option.
look half bad, and Colorado State's a solid program.
Yeah,
So
you had BPJ upsetting number two Oklahoma a couple years ago in the NT. They've got a
absolutely.
definite history.
So I don't know too much about Ruba's pros either, but I know that Colorado State has plenty of pros, especially Camera recently, right?
Yep.
So certainly somebody to look out for there, I'd say. Ruba might want to check out 27.
Yeah. Obviously, you can see a Utah or BYU go for these guys, but the other values probably hurt their options of winning
Uh,
him. But yeah, so I think definitely Ruba could come in, but it depends on how committed he is. But if he really wants to, I think he could try it. Let's move on to 26. Scott Gross. He has five playing time, two winning, two loyalty, four prestige, zero education, three campus life. And he has two traits. Wants to hear about basketball traditions and wants to get involved in student government. This is going to be, I believe, one of the biggest, widest open recruits with five playing time and a prestige value that hurts high prestige schools and zero education. I could see a number of schools go for this guy.
yeah, Marcus, are you going for 26?
I
I'll tell you
was
right now, I am.
if I said
I'll tell
Iowa,
you right
I
now.
would have, but I'm not going for 26 now.
I'll tell you right now. I'm going for 26. So everyone, come at me right now.
Yeah, he's
But
got a really nice build from what I saw at
yeah,
on ZenGM.
this guy will garner, I think, about 10 legit offers, maybe. And I think could get up to 10. I think.
Yeah, I
It's,
could
it's great.
see who I could see a Cincinnati come in. I could see Brent at Iowa come in. Any
Cincinnati, I
school.
believe, is very interested. Yes. I don't know. I would be very interested if I was Cincinnati, because anyone that lost a bunch of guys, uh, anyone that takes over Colorado would want this guy. Anyone that has like or less than four scholarships
Yeah,
would
I
look
could
at this guy
see
right now.
UConn only has one scholarship. They could easily come in.
Oh my God! Yeah, absolutely. Like UConn, I like UConn, but you can absolutely pitch zero ADU at UConn.
Yeah,
Now, granted,
and
he might lose a bit, but who knows? Uh,
yeah, not
this guy will be very popular, mark it
yeah,
down.
yeah, definitely. It's just gonna come down to it. It reminds me a lot of Shaquille Ellis, number 4, who's way higher up the board, who's gonna be probably very similar to this guy with a lot of
Oh, we'll get
pitches.
to him. We'll get to him. All right.
Yeah, we will, but we can't accurately predict who will get him. But I think there's at least 5, 6, 7 schools who have a really good chance of getting this guy. It's gonna come down to who has the best pitch.
Oh yeah.
All right, number 25, we've got Tony Manseal. He is 4 location out of Snowflake, Arizona, 3 pro potential, 3 playing time, 0 winning, 4 education, 2 campus life, and he is a journalism major with no traits.
Hmm.
Right off the bat,
Well,
I think Arizona or Arizona State.
certainly. Yeah, that's the obvious Arizona connection. Um, I'd probably tell Jay to pitch this guy
Yeah,
in
for
New
sure.
Mexico. The 0 winning. Um, but any California school
Yeah,
can probably
USC,
pitch this guy.
UCSB, Cal, Stanford. Maybe not Stanford, but UNLV maybe. They could all reasonably pitch this guy and have a good shot at him.
UCSB, I think, would be a really good choice. Yes, absolutely. Um, and I mean, it's not just that's not the only schools in the West. I mean, Utah absolutely could do it. Um, BYU could actually absolutely get this guy too. So,
Nevada could try. The four
and
education,
well,
the four
uh,
education does make me think maybe a USC or an Arizona State would have a good shot at him with good proximity, low winning, and sorry, not Arizona State. Yeah, I'm thinking USC or UCSB just because of the relative proximity, good education, and lack of winning. I could definitely see those two being strong contenders to win this guy.
right. I'd agree with that.
All right, 24, Derek Goodson. 5 location from Fort Wayne, Indiana. 4 pro potential, 2 playing time, 2 loyalty, 4 prestige, 4 education, and 2 campus life. He has an undecided major.
Well, that's Indiana lock right there.
Yeah, I definitely could see Indiana come in. I may pitch this guy. I'm thinking about it. I feel reasonable I could win. I'm not 100% sure if I will, but I definitely am considering going after this guy here at
Solid.
Xavier.
No, I'd agree with that. If you're thinking about it, then that means Michigan might be thinking
Oh,
about it.
100%. Yeah, Fort Wayne is pretty close to Ann Arbor. Definitely a
That's
possibility.
true. And in that case, I would also encourage Loyola to think about it as well.
Oh yeah,
But
for sure.
you think about it at least. I mean, you run some good pitches for some values, but
Could
it's doable.
could also see a Purdue come in. Oh, again, don't know if he comes this low, but he could definitely win if he had the chance. And same with Indiana. Indiana only has 1 scholarship, so I'm
And this is a late close, so people could be settled up before this guy commits. So
but yeah, there's a lot of possibilities, but I'm thinking probably a Midwest guy here, and I'd lean Indiana or Purdue if I had to, if there's a gun point in my head. All right, 23, yet another center. We've got 2 location. Oh yeah, Mike Thomas. 2 location, 3 playing time, 2 winning, 4 loyalty, 2 education, and 5 campus life from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So this is a bit of a weird one being out of the way for most schools.
well, I mean, it almost doesn't matter though because it's a 2 location, and you got other things you can pitch. So if you're far away, go for it. I mean, I don't think it matters so much. As long as you can pitch your campus life, like Miami should go for this guy, right?
Yeah, again,
Uh,
Boston College, 4 loyalty, 5 campus life. Nobody does better than Timmy.
exactly. And I mean, the if you need something to push it over the top, the 3 playing time again. Anyone with less than 4 scholarships should think about it. Um, I off the top of my head, I don't know what Miami's situation looks like. They're at 5 scholarships.
But you can still pitch an
Doable.
angle.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very doable. Everyone needs bigs, right?
Yeah.
So if you can pitch your campus life and your stellar loyalty record and maybe have some playing time for him, go for it. Don't let the Sioux Falls scare you away with the two log. I mean,
Yeah.
anyone from anywhere should be able to pitch this guy if you've got loyalty and campus life in the bag.
Yeah. Two guys I am curious. I could see Virginia or VCU easily go after this guy because they're both long tenured. I'm sure they. I know Brock's a very good campus life pitcher, and I'm sure ATR can do it as well. I could 100% see one of those guys going for number 24 for sorry, not
Sure.
24. Yeah, for Mike Thomas. Yeah, I could. There's a lot of possibilities here. Let's move on to number 22. Yet another center. It's Nick Cohen, four location from Tustin, California, four playing time, two loyalty, zero prestige, three education, three campus life, with a trait that is prefers to play for a team that forces turnovers. Four location immediately. You think a big time California school.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk for a second. I'm going to look something up here.
All right, four locations. Let's see where exactly Tustin is. Tustin is in
That's
Orange County, so it's right next to
Oh, is it really?
USC. Yeah.
Damn, I'm wrong. Sorry.
Okay. Nick Cohen, 22. Yeah. So four playing time, zero prestige. This seems like USC for sure. Very close. USC has not been very great, not great, but is building up. They probably need a lot of players. I right off the bat, this feels like USC, but there's probably other schools like UCSB who could also get in the action here.
Well, what I'm looking up is the top teams in steals from last season, and if you're saying California schools, the top one that I see is San Diego State.
Oh,
Now,
interesting.
that doesn't exactly fit with the prestige, does it? Though, but if I move down any farther, Hawaii works. Hawaii averaged 7.9 steals last year. Colorado maybe work, and then we're getting down into a bit lower. But Stanford is also up here, so I could see any of those teams maybe playing for the trade.
Yeah, I do
But
feel
yeah,
like this is. I feel like this is a definitely somebody that probably stays in state though with the amount of schools here.
sure, that's definitely true. There's so many California schools.
All
How
right.
many scholarships does Bogatti have? Five.
Bugatti has one
Five.
second.
So
They have five.
that's a possibility. I mean, the only location that you can really get anyone from is California. There were zero lokes, right? So
Oh yeah, he's
we'll
also
see
an
what they
economics
get out
major.
there. Ooh, well, yeah, never mind. But any UC school definitely is able to get this guy for sure. I think.
Yeah. But yeah, make sure that you're looking for this guy. Number 21, James Russell. He is three location, three pro potential, four playing time, two winning, zero education, three campus life, and he's got the storyline here of pitching him on delicious food offerings on and near campus. So he's the guy that's a height freak. So
Oh, that's right. Yes. Well,
we've already
the
heard
zero
multiple people
look
who are
thing.
pitching him.
Yeah, absolutely. If just looking right at him, if zero EDU wasn't a thing, I'd say Tulane wins this guy immediately.
Crom's one of the best
'Cause
storyline campus life pitchers out there. But that zero education does hurt.
yeah, so that's unfortunately going to eliminate a lot of guys, a lot of people.
I really think this
Um,
might be a Cincinnati or Louisville guy. They have pretty poor education. The
that's right, and they have Skyline Chili. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, exactly. Playing time. I'm pretty sure Louisville has five open scholarships, and Cincinnati has.
Mhm.
Oh, they only have two. So I definitely think Louisville is the front runner for this guy.
And like Pie is good at like these kind of off the wall storyline ideas.
Yeah.
Uh, I think he would do a great job pitching food in Louisville.
And
So
and when you guys see three pro potential, here's a trait wants to play at a school with the best basketball facility. So if you don't have a lot of pros, you can definitely pitch that instead and make up a pro potential that way.
Like yes, and Louisville has excellent basketball facilities. I just want to point that out as well.
Yeah.
So that's a great idea for Pi.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna crystal ball into Pi, but definitely if you're a Cincinnati or another school that has poor education and good facilities, definitely go for this guy. Now, before we get to number 20, I did want to take a brief detour and look at some of the top JUCO guys of this class. So, right off the bat, we have number 1, Antonio Orden. He is 0 location, 4 pro potential, 2 playing time, 2 winning, 2 prestige education, 5 campus life from Seattle, Washington, a UC Irvine commit. So, it's your guy, right?
Good boy, one of them. Oh, I love him.
Yeah, he's a weird guy. He has a lot of traits and only a 540, and but I definitely think that you'd be in the front runner for this guy.
I'd hope so. 0 location actually kind of helps me, especially. But again, the campus life. If someone beat me in campus life, then they probably win him. So go for it. Of course.
Best of luck.
You got a very short limit, but I really want my boy back. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Okay. Barris Yaldrin. He is 2 location from Mississippi, coming to Southern Miss. 4 pro potential, a whole bunch of 2s, except for 0 education and 3 campus life. So I'm thinking maybe a Ole Miss comes in for this guy.
But it doesn't have to be. I think. Again, it's a bunch of 2s. You can probably win this guy with just writing for the 4 and the 3, and the 4, the 0, and the 3. You don't even have to worry about location. So any party school that wants to come in for this guy.
Alabama, for example.
Bama, Auburn. Yeah, if you're remotely close, that would help, but it doesn't. You don't have to be. Texas A&M.
Houston. Houston's got quite a few pros, and pretty bad education.
Oh, what am I thinking of? TCU.
Yeah, SMU.
LSU.
Yeah, probably not Tulane. Arkansas, Memphis. Yeah, Memphis. That's
Arkansas. Absolutely, Memphis. Great choice as well.
And we'll look at a couple more guys. So let's go to the bottom now. Let's look at some of the freshmen. We've got Riley Kirby. He is 5 pro potential, 5 playing time, 5 winning, 3 loyalty, 5 education, 4 campus life. That is a tough one.
Wow. 4 5s? At
Yeah.
least it's a 50-90.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that could be a Virginia, maybe.
All of that, and once a 58 sophomore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm thinking Virginia right off the bat. Tons of pros. They just sent 4 guys in the first round. 5 playing time. They have 5 scholarships. 5 winning. They're one of the most legacied programs. And 5 education. Virginia's a great school.
I would say that, but somebody that I think would definitely jump into JUCOs is VCU.
Oh yeah, ATR offers every.
Absolutely has all those things as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a crapshoot though. With so many 5s and 50, 90. It's going to be a battle of attrition for that guy.
Definitely.
Don Washington. He is a 5 location from Fort Wayne, Indiana. 4 pro potential, 2 playing time, 2 loyalty, 2 education, 5 campus life. So right off the bat, I'm thinking Indiana here. But the thing is, they only have 1 scholarship. So do they really go for JUCOs? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Super late close too.
I could see
Ohio State.
Iowa coaches.
Oh yeah, for sure. I could definitely see Doomhammer or Brent going in for this guy.
Maybe if Threes ever decided to pitch campus life, he could win this guy too, probably.
Yeah, maybe a Wisconsin or Marquette could come in. For sure.
Yeah, no, actually, that's true. Drake, even. Maybe?
Oh yeah, hey Caleb.
He's a little farther away, but I think he can probably make that work. Caleb can write. So.
Yeah, and we'll look at 2 more JUCOs. Let's look at Terrence Wilbekin. He is 2 location, 3 pro potential, 4 playing time, 3 winning, 3 education, 4 campus life from Dallas, Texas. The playing time and campus life mix, as well, with high potential, high winning, is I could see a number of schools going and winning for this guy.
Well, I could see a Texas coming in for them.
Yeah, because obviously JUCOs aren't as highly sought after. I could see a Texas. I
Yeah.
could see maybe a SMU or a Baylor or if Badger
Yes.
tries to pitch at Texas A&M.
Yeah. No, like I'm looking at it. Texas has 3 scholarships. A&M has 3 scholarships. SMU has 4.
And Texas just had a guy go in the first round, I believe, so he can pitch that for pro potential.
Absolutely. That's awesome for them. So, yeah, I like those. Any Texas school.
All right, and the last JUCO we'll look at is Eric Barkley. He has 5 location, 2 winning, 5 loyalty, 2 prestige, and 5 campus life from Denham Springs, Louisiana. Right off the bat, I'm thinking either LSU or Tulane.
Yeah, you know what? Tulane's about right. Yeah. I don't know where Denham Springs is.
I'll look it up.
I can check. But if it's anywhere near the southern part of the state, Louisiana.
Actually, no. Denham Springs is right by Baton Rouge.
Oh, is it now? So then I guess.
Where's LSU? Is LSU Baton Rouge?
Yes, it is.
So I think LSU has the inside track for him, but Tulane could totally compete if they wanted to.
Oh, and if he wants to, Crom will set his mind to it, and he can win this guy absolutely easy.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go back to our scheduled programming. Let's look at number 20, Jack Jackson. He is a 4 location, 5 playing time, 2 loyalty, 2 prestige, 2 education, 5 campus life, with a 5 storyline of being a USC legacy. So that screams, that screams USC.
And that'd be a great get for USC at this point.
Yeah, they could use it. They have 4 locations. Salt Lake City is relatively close. 5 playing time. I believe they have 5 scholarships open. No, they only have 2 scholarships open.
So, but I mean, if you're going to use a scholarship, might as well make it the 20th ranked prospect, right?
And 5 campus life. USC's definitely great for campus life.
You can try to get this guy if you're not USC, but good luck.
Yeah, this is probably the closest thing to a lock I've seen so far, but don't let that. But
there are no locks. There are no locks.
Yeah. 19, Anthony McDonald. Oh, this is an interesting guy. He is a super early close with 4 location from Mason City, Iowa, 5 playing time, 5 loyalty, 2 education, 3 campus life with the traits. Prefers a defensive game and loves the water, wants to live by lake, river, ocean. And we already saw Pork at Florida posted his pitch in public for this guy.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Yeah, he's definitely got the inside track on that defense trait.
Oh yeah, because I think Florida had the best defense in the last 15 years or something like that.
I'm looking at it. If I go back to steals and blocks, he was second in steals last year and first in blocks.
And he allowed the fewest points.
Good. Yeah, I believe that's correct. Yes.
Obviously, you can see the 3 Iowa schools going for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd personally lean Iowa City because of his trait wants to live by the water. The Iowa River flows right through the middle of campus. He can definitely pitch that, Brent.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe there's a river in Des Moines as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, definitely. I could see with the 5 playing time and Drake having 7 open scholarships, they're going to be going hard for this guy.
I would hope so. I would welcome the competition.
You're going for him as well?
Oh, of course I am. I had a pretty good defense too, so I was looking at that.
But yeah, this is a 48 close, so make sure you get your pitches in quick if you're after this guy.
Absolutely. I can't stress that enough. But yeah, the location, the playing time definitely favors teams in the Midwest that have
Rivers.
A lot of spots. So.
And water, of course.
And water. I mean,
yeah.
Lake, river, whatever. Pitch lake life or something,
So next we get to one of the most intriguing recruits here. Boris Schmidt. 2 location, 4 pro potential, 5 playing time, 4 winning, 3 loyalty, 4 prestige, 2 education, and 4 campus life. He is a 1590 from Deer Lodge, Montana, with 3 traits. Thinks playing NBA-style system is the best way to increase draft stock, wants to put out food options on campus, and wants to play in a school without strong returning talent. This is a weird one, but I really think it's going to be one of the most intriguing competitions here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good year to have a lot of spots open, right? For so many 5 playing time guys so far. Like, we're not even done. But yeah, this is kind of a mystifying one because you need to be a school that won a lot, but is in the situation of you lost a bunch of guys and you don't have anyone left.
Yeah, speaking from I could see, obviously, you could see Kansas going for it. You mentioned you might go for him, right?
Have I? I don't know if I
I
have.
don't know.
Again, he's a
You
staff
might have,
I'm not
but
looking.
I'm definitely thinking about going for this guy.
Um, how many guys did Iowa lose? They were turning
Iowa
anyone?
has lost 5 guys, so they have 5 open scholarships.
There you go. Okay, so that's a good one. And I mean, if you really needed the 2 location, that's not that far from Montana compared to
A
somewhere.
dark horse I could see is Gonzaga. I remember Gonzaga recruited, I believe, 2 Montana guys a couple of years ago. You can pitch that pipeline. Gonzaga, obviously, I believe they lost quite a few guys. Gonzaga has, 3 open scholarships. That's better than nothing.
That's a good
Um,
pick.
yeah, 4 pro potential, definitely. 4 winning, for sure. 4 prestige, definitely. And 4 campus life. PC, he went to Gonzaga. He can definitely pitch campus life. I could see this being
Yeah,
Gonzaga.
that's a really good shout, actually.
But
I
yeah,
would
any
like to
any
see that.
school with a lot of wins can definitely come in and win this guy for sure.
Yeah,
Let's
I
move
agree.
on. Let's go number 17, Mark Smith. 5 location, 5 location, 2 pro potential, 4 winning, 5 prestige, 2 education from Keensburg, New Jersey with the trait. Wants to play for a school with winning record for the last 4 years. Wow.
Well, see, I like that guy, but I can't pitch him because I've only been at the school for 2 years,
Yeah.
and
And
the other 2 aren't very good.
yeah,
So,
yeah, not exactly a mark of consistency, but um,
uh,
I could
New
see
Jersey,
definitely a Virginia. I could see a Duke. I could see a Georgia all going for this guy.
where is Keensburg?
It's oh yeah, I believe it's a suburb or very close to New York City.
Oh, so are you telling me that this is a guard forward from New York City area?
That's a Timmy.
It's absolutely a Timmy. Yeah, right.
I've got my
Location,
I mean here at Xavier, I've got my eyes on this guy as well.
prestige, winning. This guy is not the strong returning talent guy, so he can absolutely take this.
Yeah,
Um, and winning record over the past 4 years, even with that down year, Timmy still has a great 4 year record,
yeah.
right? So
UMass as well, being relatively close and being a good program.
absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, there's not
Uh,
a yeah. I think Duke definitely come in for this guy. There's a lot of options here.
I agree with that. Hold on, let me think about this. What about what about Delaware? They've
Hmm.
been in the NCBCA for 1 year, but they were obviously winning in JUCO. You think you can actually pitch that well enough, or
I don't think I'm gonna present for that as JP. Ethan could certainly try. I'm not sure how well it would go, but it's pretty close. It's just a state over. I could see him going for this guy and competing for sure.
okay? It's an interesting thought, is all.
All right, let's move on to number 16, Dan Model. He is a 5 location from Marshfield, Wisconsin. 4 loyalty, 2 prestige, 5 education, 5 campus life, and he is a business major with the trait wants to play for a smaller school. I'm thinking a Marquette for sure here, maybe.
Yeah, so I'm looking it up. This Marshfield is in the middle of the state,
Oh, so like
not
Madison,
near
maybe a
anywhere.
Wisconsin.
So if Minnesota wanted to pony up a pitch, they can absolutely get him.
Wisconsin,
Uh,
the new guy there is
Wisconsin,
a Wisconsin student. Could definitely pitch loyalty there.
Wisconsin works. Marquette works, and I could see any of the Iowas making a good pitch for Fiddler as well, on location at least.
Yeah, Iowa, Iowa State. You could see maybe Creighton coming in on this guy.
Maybe actually, especially with the education and campus life, right?
Yeah, and Gag obviously goes to Creighton. He could definitely pitch the loyalty and campus life there.
Definitely, definitely. Any of those schools are close enough, I think, that can make a good pitch. It's the EDU and campus life that'll really solidify who wins.
Oh,
And
Michigan,
yeah,
or Michigan or Notre Dame could go for this guy as well.
yeah, they could. They could absolutely do that. Michigan again. Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, I think, could win the campus life, and that's what I think would push it over the top.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to 15. So we're halfway through the list. Ben Dorsey, 3 location, 2 pro potential, 5 playing time, 2 winning, 2 prestige, 4 education, and 3 campus life. He's a history major from Signal Mountain, Tennessee, and he has a trait looking for a small town feel. This is an interesting one. Uh, Let me look up where Signal Mountain is. What are your thoughts on this?
Signal Mountain, I'll just tell you right now, and that might give something away. Signal Mountain is a suburb of Chattanooga, which is right by the border of Georgia.
Ooh.
So we already know that this guy is popular, shall we say?
Yeah,
Again,
I've heard like 6 or 7 people want to go for this guy.
the 5 playing time again, very attractive, and
4 education with
small
history.
town.
Maybe a Vanderbilt?
Yeah, history education is an interesting major. I mean, for some discussion about is this history or education or history education, and I was like, well, good luck. That's nobody. I don't know.
Let me check
Uh,
right now. I'll be 1 second. There is a
I mean, it's
guy.
history education. Like
Yeah, I thought
that's
you're like you're being you want to be a history teacher.
yes, essentially. That is a specific degree. So like if you've got that, you're in with a shout on the education. Um, but really, you just got to trust your playing time pitch on this one. That's what I'd say.
And obviously, if
Small
you're a
town,
Tennessee school or a local school, you can definitely pitch the location and the campus life.
you can, but you got to watch out because if you're a Vanderbilt, sorry, Nashville's not a town.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not us. Yeah, maybe a but
now,
Knoxville
now
isn't too big.
I could see Tennessee coming in and winning another 5 star with this guy.
Yeah, I
Noonan,
mean
you're
Noonan's
right.
been building a good program there. He could definitely win a second one.
So this is if we thought what was that other one? The guy in the 20s was going to be popular.
26.
This guy is also going to be very popular.
Yeah, and we have a lot of people publicly stating that they're going out for this guy. So good luck to all those pitching him.
Hmm?
Number 14 is Joseph Whipple, 4 location Indianapolis, 5 pro potential, 2 playing time, 3 winning, 2 loyalty, 2 prestige, 5 education, with a nutrition and exercise sciences major. And his 2 traits are wants to play for a school that'll dominate the conference and looking to play in a big city. So that really feels like a
The exact opposite, right? The last guy.
yeah,
So
maybe I definitely see Indiana or Purdue maybe coming. Could see a Louisville as well.
I would give the big city advantage to Louisville on that one.
You could see maybe a Xavier or Ohio
Xavier
State pitch
or
them.
Ohio State or Cincinnati, of course.
Yeah, the 5 pro
Um,
potential does lean me towards like a Louisville, or I'm not sure how that. To be fair, the 5 education does probably hurt Louisville.
or you know what a good choice for this one, someone that should really look at is Tofu again at Loyola.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
Tofu has been, I think they're reaching their window, and
Yeah, definitely.
I lost a bunch of guys. VCU lost a bunch of guys. Iowa's a new coach. This is the time to move up to 12. So
Yeah, for
they
sure.
could probably do a cool little dominate their conference pitch, especially with a couple of people that are reaching senior age. And Chicago is one of the biggest cities in. So I feel like they can really make a nice pitch of this.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend Tofu go for this guy. But yeah, again, this is a guy that could have a lot of suitors. So definitely.
I think he's that too.
All right, let's move on. Number 13. He's a Badusar. He's a 5 location from Chicago. So I mean, he thinks maybe another Tofu. 4
Oh,
playing
so
time.
for this guy too. Yeah, absolutely.
4 playing time, 5 loyalty, 2 education, 4 campus life with no traits. He's a 1590 with a late close. This
Okay.
screams a tofu to me.
This is actually an even better option for tofu. Yeah. Like go for both, but prioritize this guy. I think. 5 loyalty is good. Playing time is good, and campus life, and then you don't have to pitch around the 5 education.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. This definitely feels like I want the one that Loyola could easily win. But
Anyone else? Maybe.
the the 5 location Chicago maybe a Northwestern, although they
Oh, that's true. Northwestern should try the last 14.
yeah, both of you guys, Northwestern, MMM, Coach M, and Tofu at Loyola, both you guys should go for 13 and 14 and try your luck.
Mm-hmm. At least, even if you don't win, it's a nice like heat check kind of thing.
Yeah, but I would probably favor Tofu with the 5 loyalty and dominating the conference. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the other guy. But I would think one of those two is probably the front runners for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 12, Shep Wells. 2 location, 5 pro potential, 2 playing time, 0 winning, 2 loyalty, 4 prestige from Roy, Utah, and as a trait wants to maximize his chance at the second contract in the NBL. So this is a high pro potential guy. So I could see Pluck Purdue going for him.
Sure. But 0 winning. Let me ask you this:
Oh
Is there a
shit!
team
I might completely miss the 0 winning. Okay, that
is
is a
there a team
weird
that
one.
has a lot of pros that doesn't really win that way? That's a tough combination to make, but
Memphis.
that's true. That's true. If you moved schools recently to a school that has the prestige and you've got your own pros, but that new school hasn't been winning that much, that's actually
Yeah,
that's
I feel like Dan Man can definitely compete for this guy very well.
again. I'll bring up a Delaware
Yeah, Ethan
uh,
has a good NBL history.
and perhaps a UCSB maybe.
Yeah, the 0 winning makes it definitely tough for the bigger school like a Purdue or Georgia or something like that.
I mean, you'd have to win the 5 of the pro potential, but you then have to win again. So
Yeah, the 4 prestige
uh,
does help. If you could win the 5 pro potential and 4 prestige, you don't really have to win the 0 winning.
but and vice versa. So if you can be an interesting combination and make it work. I mean, Caleb.
Oh yeah, we
Could work
call
for
it
free.
Cotton.
So yeah. I mean, you have one of the best NCBCA players ever,
And he's an NBL
and
star that just won a championship in Rookie of the Year. You can easily pitch that.
yeah, instant impact. And yet I mean, you're still not winning in that much. So you can still absolutely pitch the 0 pro potential. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry, the 0 winning.
yeah.
So I'd say go for it, Caleb. Like good luck, but
All
go for
right.
it.
Now coming to one of my favorite recruits of the bunch, it's Nikita Lashkevich, number 11. 0 pro potential, 2 playing time, 2 winning, 3 prestige, 2 education, 3 campus life, and he has the NIL storyline. So and he has 2 traits as well. Wants to play for a school with outstanding atmosphere and wants to play for a consistent program. So this is I'm really intrigued to see who pitches this guy.
So let me ask you this, Marcus. Do you think that winning this guy will require the double DVs
I
that
believe
are
so.
allowed to be
Yeah.
in the storyline? I
We've
like
already
this.
heard Natro is double DVing.
JP maybe just eliminates anyone that doesn't have the double DV.
Ooh, that
Almost right off the
depends. We could see. I could suggest it. I'm not sure. But right off the bat, we know Nacho is going for this guy. He's talked about double visiting him. You said you'd go for him, right?
He's on my board.
I am looking at this guy as well. There is so much to work with the 5 NIL.
Okay, yeah. I may have written a pitch for this guy. There's a lot to cram into a 690.
Yeah, that you got a
So
bunch of 5s. You got the 2 traits. Yeah, this is a tough one to fit in.
yeah, it's tough because you'll want to talk about that because that is the highest value. And then you got to do your 0 pro potential, which JP loves, of course.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. And then, I mean, you probably have to win either the Prestige or the Campus Life to
One
also
guy that
win.
that I think could come in, USC. USC has 5 NAL. You got a shit ton of opportunities in Los Angeles. Zero pro
Yep.
potential. Yeah, that could definitely be an option.
Sure. Oh, I mean, does L doesn't L have pros from
He
for his
does, but he
tenure?
also I don't think he sent a pro in like 20 years, something like that.
Good point. Okay, fair enough. That's an interesting one. Yeah, but I think the key to this is just using that word count uh,
Wisely.
correctly. I guess. Yeah, wisely. There you go. That's the right word.
Yeah, just make sure you
uh,
if you're gonna pitch this guy, hammer the 5, hammer the 0, the PP, and don't focus so much on the threes.
or not the twos. I mean, yeah, you don't even bother with the twos.
Oh yeah, just
Threes, yeah, at
forget
least
playing
one.
time and winning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very interesting guy. That'll be another fun battle.
All right, and before we move on to number 10, let's take a look. We are both looking at GTs here. So we have a preemptive pool of grad transfers here. So what I want to do, I want to take a look at the number one grad transfer from each of the 5 conferences and take a look at what their. We don't have storylines already, but we can take a look at their builds. So I'll list the guy, and then you just look at the build on ZenGM if you can. So let's start with the PCC. 72 forward Clifford Williams out of Hawaii is the best PCC prospect.
Clifford Williams. Give me just a second to bring him up here. Out of Hawaii. Hawaii always has good GTs.
I'm pretty sure there was like 12 or 13 options from the PCC, and then no more than 6 for any of the other conferences.
Yes.
And on the converse, we had so much trouble finding Big 12 GTs. We did not have any at all.
Yeah, that we could barely fill the requirement from the Big 12. Let's take a look here. Clifford is a guard for.
Ooh, he's got hops.
Yes. 100 jumping, decent speed and good strength, and will stay on the court for a while.
Yeah, he's definitely an inside guy. He's got great shooting, great dunking.
He's got the defender badges, the rebounding badges.
Yeah.
He's a all around inside threat from the guard forward position.
Yeah, this is a guy you want if you're looking for a guy that can do it all and really help. He's not going to be a guy that'll carry your team if you're already stacked, but he's a guy that can push you over the top and get you the NT if you need like a boost of energy just to get you there.
Right. I would if you need a flasher or like a not a non 3-point shooter on your team. This is a guy to look at.
Now from the Big North, we have Corey Gentile. He is from Minnesota, and right away he is definitely not. I would say he's inferior to Williams. He's a average athlete. He is a better shooter, but he feels like just a worse version of Clifford Williams.
I would agree with that general assessment, but if you needed a shooter, this is the guy you'd want to target, and he still gives you the defense, some defense, and the rebound of last guy.
Yeah.
So, and from the guard forward position. So he's another good option, but if you want more shooting over inside scoring.
Yeah. Next up in the ACC, we have George Taylor out of UMass, and he is a completely different player. He is a great athlete. Oh, not once a good athlete. He's a very good shooter, not a great playmaker, and he is a bit on the shorter side. But this is a guy that you want just as a pure playmaker. Like let's look at his stats here really quick. I'm sure he probably carried. Yeah, he's a career 42% three-point shooter. He averages 8.2 a game. He definitely was a big part of why UMass has been good for the last few years. So yeah, that's a guy. What are your thoughts on him?
Good shooter at the rim, good shooter in the low post. Don't want him taking mid-range shots, and he's a above average 3-point shooter. So yeah, if you need a shooter that can be serviceable everywhere else, this is a guy that you plug in, and he'll get a good amount of minutes and help you win games and championships. Like I would love to have this guy. I think
Yeah.
he's more than fine in almost every category.
Yep. And next we've got TJ Sims. He's the best out of the SEC from Tulane. He is definitely the best athlete so far. He's a 79 speed, 70 jumping. Great inside and low and close range shooter. Decent from the arc. He's a good rebounder. This is a good guy. What do you think about him?
Let me see here. He's that's not bad. And he is another guard forward. There were a lot of guard.
Yeah, I'm sure we had like 11 forwards in total. So yeah, this is definitely a forward heavy class.
This guy appears to be the best true shooter that we've talked so far.
Yeah, he's a good defender too. Like underratedly good. He posted the sub 100 defensive rating last year. He shoots better than 42%. He's over a 50% career field goal shooter. He averaged 14.2 points a game for Tulane last year.
And I mean, Crom gets good players, and so I mean, if you were to maybe think about prioritizing someone that Crom likes, and yeah, if you look at the stats, this guy will score from any position. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And yeah, he can handle the ball for you. He can defend. He can shoot, and he's pretty athletic. Like he's not a freak like some players we've seen in the GT pool before, but he's a good athlete. So I could see the athlete guys. I could see Auburn, Pork, maybe. I don't know if he goes for GTs, but any of the guys that like athletes would like this guy.
And lastly, we have A4 Yassin, the best from the Big 12. He is a Virginia Tech guy, and he's got a massive dick. He's by far the best IQ player in this class, in the players you reviewed so far.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to. I had to look it up to see how to spell it. Hold on.
Yeah, he's from Ethiopia, so not the most common name you see.
Are you at all surprised to see a Virginia Tech player? I mean, good for them. This guy will be very good for somebody.
Yeah, this guy is a high IQ player. He'll make the right shots. He's a veteran. He definitely would be a good addition.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Holy moly. What was his defensive rating last year?
97.
97? That's better than the last guy we were talking.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Won't rebound for you though.
Yeah, this is a weird dude.
This is a very interesting prospect. Like, if you want to get him, he'll, lead your team on defense. I don't know if he'll do much else though.
Yeah, and I did want to shout out before you go. I want to shout out my boy Jalen Brutus. Let's take a look at him real quick. But he is the all-time NCBCA block holder, and he's a fantastic defender. He has a career 95 defensive rating. He regressed a bit last year, but he can definitely, if you need defensive punch for your team, get this guy. He is great.
Like, this guy is the Paul Bruinsma
of this year's class.
Yeah.
Averaging better than 2 blocks a game for his career.
Sorry, the Phil Bruinsma, excuse me. Yes, this guy is perennial defensive player of the year candidate. Has been for years. And I mean, if you get a good left school prog, then maybe that would obviously increase, and maybe you'll get some scoring out of him too.
Yeah, but he's a great defender. So,
of course, depending on the storyline, but he will be very competitive.
I believe so.
And I'm sure you'd love to have him back, right?
Yeah, I would. But yeah, just look at that 2064. Yeah, that's the stuff of legends. All right, let's move on. We're gonna move on to the top 10 now. So let's look at number 10, Kai Johnson. He is a 4 location from Pasadena, 3 pro potential, 5 playing time, 5 loyalty, 3 prestige, 2 education, and 3 campus life with the traits. Wants to maximize second contract and wants to play for a school that's passionate about his school. I'm thinking UCLA here.
Well, let's take a look at their scholarship situation. UCLA has 6 scholarships.
Ooh, maybe not. That's a lot.
So if they did come in, you can probably make an anti-pitch of, are you sure he's got the playing time?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
USC could definitely be in play here. UCSB.
UCSB does kind of work for the location.
And loyalty is he's passionate about his school. I'm pretty sure Burrito actually went to UCSB. You can definitely pitch that.
That's very true. So that would give the in that. Um,
What about San Diego State?
Jackman.
San Diego State has
Oh,
four
we're right on the
scholarships.
same page. We're right on the same page. Jackman could absolutely
Yeah,
take this guy.
yeah. Jackman's a great coach. He can definitely pitch this stuff. 5 playing time. He got 4 scholarships, 4 location. Pasadena's close. 5 loyalty. He's been there for a long time.
Yeah, forever. Yeah, absolutely. So that's and campus. I know personally, San Diego State is a great school to be at. So campus life, you can absolutely. And he
And
just made a Final Four for Prestige.
oh, well,
Sorry,
I'm national championship game actually.
So he can absolutely take this guy if the other two were lacking
Yeah.
in the area.
Now let's go to Pat Gribsby. He is.
Another interesting topic.
Yeah. Yeah. We've seen Ghost. He's a 3 winning, 3 loyalty, 0 prestige, 2 education, and a 4 storyline with being an Illinois legacy.
Okay, Marcus, is this an Illinois lock?
No.
Yes or no? No. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Ghost.
No, yeah, no offense, Ghost. I do think that he has the best shot, but the threes, if a school could win 0 prestige, 3 loyalty, 3 winning, and not necessarily the storyline, they could beat Ghost for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, good luck with finding a 3 winning 0 prestige school. That could because those are so antithetical.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's theoretically possible. But even if someone did win those, it's a 4 storyline of the
Yeah.
Illinois.
I'm thinking Dan was great at St. John's, and Memphis has fallen from their once very prestigious spot. If he has a high loyalty, he has 100 loyalty.
They had a solid season too, so that could work.
Yeah, but I think Illinois most likely wins, but you can definitely try for this guy, but make sure just to hammer the other values and not necessarily talk about the trait if you don't want to. Or you could pitch that you're a rival, like maybe a Loyola or a Northwestern could pitch that they're rivals to Illinois, and you could come play for them instead.
Marcus, do you happen to know anything about Pat Gribsby's father's career?
I can look it up. I have Basketball GM loaded up. I don't know if he was a star, but I assume he was decent considering he's a what's his name? His name is Douglas Gribsby.
Yeah, good. I don't think you're going to find too many.
Or I can go to the draft history. What's a player that just got drafted from Illinois?
What's a what?
Do you know a player that was drafted out of Illinois?
I couldn't tell you right now. I'm sorry.
But yeah, here I don't know a lot about this guy, honestly.
Well, I mean, if somebody wanted to, that's the other option, is to look up the father's career.
Yeah.
And maybe pitch how it works for you, or is pitch around that as doing the storyline instead of I'm a rival school, because it's been done.
Yeah, you can say that he didn't like
the only way to do it, but it has been done. Just know that.
Yeah, Memphis last year almost beat Ohio State because of their fantastic pitch as a rival to Tennessee. You don't have to take that path necessarily, but you can definitely think of pitching around that storyline.
Certainly.
Now, another one of my favorites, Ronaldo Barnes. He is the random role guy. 4 playing time, 4 winning, 4 education, 4 campus life, and the 5 storyline of the Art of War.
So, instead of, because to do the storyline, we can't say, who we think will win off the bat here. What schools would you want? Like maybe pick 2 or 3.
I'd say the 3 I want the most are the 3 I want the most are UCLA, Boston College, and Duke.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I would mostly agree with those. I think. Remind me, what are they supposed to pitch for this? It's
Let's take
playing
a look at the
time,
storyline.
winning,
He wants to hear about
education.
the strength of his school, but is mostly interested in seeing how detailed your knowledge of the school is. He also wants to know some of the coolest things about the location of your assigned school.
So, if playing time is a thing, then you have to look at the scholarships, and that means you might not be able to win that.
Yeah, for UCLA or Boston College, definitely. They have a lot of scholarships. You can. That's not necessarily the best thing to get if you're them.
If I'm looking at the playing time value, I might want a Stanford that really has
Yes, definitely.
scholarship. Honestly, like maybe a Louisville,
Virginia could work as well.
Virginia, absolutely, or perhaps a let's see. I Okay. Let me look at this one more time.
Hmm.
I would. Oh, winning. Never mind. Villanova, interesting to me because it's in Philly, but and Philly is just so interesting to pick. But if I was this, I would want all the schools you mentioned, but also Rice,
Yeah, Rice could work.
because of the education and education.
Tulane.
Tulane, oh God, absolutely Tulane.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, and
Tulane.
probably like
Tulane does
Ohio
have three
State as well.
scholarships. Only three scholarships open. So.
Oh,
Mm,
oh, I was gonna say Ohio State, and then I forgot that they have sanctions. So maybe
if
not.
you could get a Xavier, you could do pretty well with Xavier.
Sure, sure. Just really any school in a fun location for campus life, with decent education. That's what I.
Yeah, and
But
it'd be nice to get
there
the
are more
playing time winning.
options. There are definitely more options than just the UCLA Boston. Like you can make a lot of fun little schools work with this
Maybe
combination.
even a Minnesota or a Michigan would be very nice.
Wisconsin, for that matter.
Or that. Yeah,
So
you're not screwed,
there,
guys, if you don't get
yeah,
what you
don't.
want.
If anything, if you get anything, you can.
I mean, unless you
It's.
get like a fucking Drake or something, then you're kind of screwed, honestly. Or a BYU.
I was avoiding saying it, but even Drake, there's you can if you do enough research, you can probably make it work.
Yeah. Number seven, Omar Walker. He has a five location, three pro potential, three loyalty, five prestige, and five campus life from Newberry, Michigan. So that makes me think Michigan, but Newberry is in the Upper Peninsula. Um,
Oh no, is it really?
yeah,
Oh no.
it's very close to the border with Canada.
Oh boy, Upper Peninsula makes because Upper Peninsula is.
It's far.
I mean, it's not. It's barely even Michigan, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's basically
uh,
Wisconsin.
so if you're looking at the locations, go at it for Minneapolis or
Yeah,
for Minnesota.
definitely. I
Go
was
at
thinking
it
the
for
same thing.
Wisconsin, Marquette, Chicago schools. Those
Loyola.
all, yeah.
Probably
But
a Purdue could make it work as well.
sure, like the Upper Peninsula is even more Midwest than the lower one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Definitely. You could look at it.
so
Iowa maybe.
sure, but again, you got to come at it with high prestige, as something you've got to basically have to win.
Yeah. I'd
I
favor
mean,
Michigan just because they are one of the most prestigious schools and they're in state and you can probably pitch a lot of stuff in Ann Arbor. So I'd favor them, but there's a lot of schools that
oh
could be in
yeah,
the mix.
and they've got the requisite prestige. So yeah, yeah, this is a pretty.
Yeah.
If as long as they don't fall Michigan,
Yeah.
but it's not a lot.
No,
There
not
are
in the
no.
slightest. Now, number six, Mike Anderson. He is two pro potential, two playing time, two winning, two loyalty, four prestige, three campus life. With the traits, wants to play for a consistent program and wants to hear about dorm life. So if you have high prestige and campus life, this is the guy for you.
It because of the dorm life one. I believe this favors any coach that is a alumnus.
Yeah, Georgia.
Because you will know the ins and outs of at least your dorm. And
Yeah.
hopefully, if you did in fact stay in a dorm. So that so I'll bring up UCSB again. Uh, Burrito. They're
The
doing
four
that fun
prestige,
thing where
though,
they're.
I don't think that they could compete.
That's true. That is true. But
There are a bunch of twos.
if you were to, I don't know. In theory, right? If you were to win the three and all of the twos,
You could win.
you could maybe win, right?
Yeah.
Because there are four twos. And
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody decided, okay, I'm just on this 8 night, and then you come in with the three in every single two, you could win that still.
You could. Yeah.
And it's theoretically possible. But so I'm saying that if you are look at this because the three is probably necessary to win.
Yeah. You can't win with just the twos. But
So
I've got my eye on this guy at Xavier.
right, and as you should, because any of the top 10 in Prestige could come in and win the sixth ranked recruit very
For
easily
sure.
with this values distribution. So go for it. If you're in the top 10, I mean,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. All right. We don't have much time left. We have to leave relatively soon. So let's just get to the top five. Number five is
Sure.
Devontae Standback. 5 location from Dubuque, Iowa. So we all know this guy. 4 pro potential. Oh, that's right. 4 playing time. 3 winning. 5 loyalty. 2 prestige. And with the 2 traits are would prefer to play for a coach that is not a cut scholarship player and wants to play for a school that has played in marquee non-con games.
Okay, former Iowa coach Marcus, can you tell me right now where in your state, where in that state Dubuque was?
He is right on the border with Wisconsin and Illinois.
Okay. Done your research. So
It's
because of that, what schools are closest for the 5 locations?
it's Iowa and Wisconsin.
Iowa, Wisconsin,
Uh,
and
After
you
that,
add
you're
a half
looking at
hour, and you have the Chicago schools.
yeah. After that, you're looking at Iowa State, Drake, and the Chicago schools and Marquette.
And I think that Drake is closer. Oh no, I'm wrong.
No,
It's
Chicago.
Chicago.
No, Chicago is closer to Dubuque than Des Moines is.
If because of how freeways are, it's probably faster to get to Des Moines than it is to Ames
Yeah,
from Dubuque.
I do. I
So I
agree.
mean, any of those schools can win that 5 location.
I'll come out there. I'll say this right now. I had a full pitch written for this guy, and I'm probably still gonna pitch him at Xavier, even though if
Silly not to be honest.
pardon.
You would have been silly not to have had a pitch already.
Yeah, so I might as well. I have the material. I'm probably gonna just I'll still use it. I'll just have to make some changes.
And I mean, again, loyalty is a 5, but there's a trait, so you can absolutely come on this if you haven't cut a scholarship player.
I have not.
Which I feel isn't a hard bar to clear.
Yeah.
Um,
For playing time, that definitely lends itself to an Iowa who has 5 open scholarships.
and then the winning, I mean, if you've played in a decent non-con.
Oh yeah, I mean I played the number 1 non-con last year. I played
It probably
9.
helps if you played a slightly less challenging non-con, but won all of those games.
That could work, yeah, for sure. That's a good angle to take. I'm just
Because
saying that I have.
not to harp on you, Marcus, but you didn't exactly win too many of those games.
I mean, we won. I think we won like 4 of our 8 marquee games, so it's not a horrible record. But
I
still,
mean, pitch it, because it does just say play, but it is the winning value.
yeah. So definitely, I could see Purdue. It's relatively close. You could see Purdue going for this guy.
Well, it's if the state is Midwestern, then Purdue is a threat.
Yeah, as
So
is Minnesota.
so I would say good luck to all of the Iowa schools. But if Purdue pitches, good luck. Just you're gonna need it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, Shaquille Ellis, number 4. 2 pro potential, 5 playing time, 2 winning, 2 loyalty, 4 prestige, 2 education from With the trait, once you hear about your loyal fan base, this is going to be a shit show. There's going to be so many people pitching this guy.
You name dropped this guy earlier, and I'll bring up the reason why. This guy is one of the best high school athlete prospects
We've seen in a
that
long time.
I've ever seen in this game. Certainly. Would you agree with that statement?
I would. He's terrific. 91 speed.
I'm pulling him up.
He's going to be insane.
So yeah, everyone is going to want. So there's no location requirement. He is a guard from New York.
5 playing time, 4 prestige. That sounds Timmy.
4 prestige.
That sounds like a there's gonna be a really difficult pitch.
Straight.
Loyal fan base.
Got a loyal fan base. So fair weather schools need not. I don't know what that would be necessarily, but
yeah.
If you can pitch a rowdy student.
Yeah, but I think there's gonna be like 10 plus pitches for this guy.
That's a low end, I feel like. Because, again, if you've got less than 4 scholarships, then it's your time.
Yep.
So anyone can probably make this guy work if they research their loyal fan base enough. And it's mid-close, only $8.90.
Good to go for it. Number 3, Jacob Knight. 0 location, 2 pro potential, 5 loyalty, 3 prestige, 2 education. Wants to play for the coach that's passed him out of school. I don't say lock usually, but I think this is a really good chance for Bugatti to win it at Hawaii.
I would agree with that. He's the 0 loc merchant.
And so, he's been at Hawaii for like 20 plus seasons.
Yeah. So that the only thing about it is how passionate. Anyone know?
I'm pretty sure he's pretty passionate. I mean, he's written some good loyalty pitches in the past, but I would favor Hawaii here. And he's mentioned.
The only way somebody can win it is if somebody can just kill that.
Yeah.
That's the only way they could possibly win it, and then win some of the lower rankings. But he's going to win.
Yeah.
And probably going to win the 1/3 of. So.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Good luck. That's all I'll say. Number 2, Tevin Lewis. 2 location, 2 pro potential, 2 playing time, 3 winning, 3 loyalty, 2 education, 2 campus life. With the trait, wants to play for a school that beats their rivals. This is a weird value distribution, and I'm thinking here Tulane or Georgia could come in for this guy.
Easy Tulane for me, actually.
You think?
Especially with the rivals thing, he's one of the best.
He crushes VCU in non-con.
And he keeps track of it. The only person that was better, I think, recent memory was because you actually were undefeated, right?
Yeah, I have 1 loss after I lost to you, so I'm sitting at 17-1.
I'm not bringing that up because of that. I'm saying the only clear him.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna pitch this guy most likely with the 3 loyalty, and I just snaked, so I'm probably gonna avoid him.
Yeah, I mean 3 loyalty, 3 winning, and he wins the 2 location.
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
So I mean, it's a lock almost.
You think?
Almost.
Well, yeah, but if you're an LSU or Georgia, go for it. See if you can win.
Yeah, sure.
All right, number 1, finally, Tyrone Mosley. This is gonna be. We've heard some talk. 5 location from New Martinsville, West Virginia. 4 pro potential, 5 winning, 4 loyalty, 4 prestige, 4 education, 3 campus life, chemistry major. Prefers to play for a school that has lottery picks in recent years and wants to play for a coach that's passionate about their school. That's why I think Virginia. Virginia's got location. They just had, I believe, 3 or 4 lottery picks. They win. I'm pretty sure Brock went to UVA, so he got the loyalty. And they're prestigious, and they got a great education. I'm thinking this could be a Virginia lock.
It's close, but there are ways around.
We've heard Purdue is going for this guy for sure.
Sure. It helps that West Virginia is not in play.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to go around to look for someone. But then he's got the high school in LA.
Oh, interesting.
Really interesting. Like if you were to go, if you had, and I it's
Shell
here again.
maybe at UCLA.
I'm sure that has been a school that people have come from. If you've got that as part of your location, it's
Yeah,
kind of more wide open than it looks. 5 winning is reserved for a couple schools, probably.
yeah.
But you can play with this location more than you think you can. And then chem major, I don't.
Sorry, your mic cut out.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. Um, education is a 4. Easily pitchable. Chemistry major is something that I'm sure a lot of schools have. And pro potential has the trait that he probably wins, but anyone can win the loyalty trait if they try. So it's more wide open than I think
but
people think it is.
I'd say I'd lean Virginia if I had to choose a school.
That is true. But if you think you have it,
Go for it.
go for it.
And that will wrap
So,
it up, guys. That was fun. I enjoyed doing that.
yeah, this is great. I hope that everyone enjoys this kind of content, and there will be more in the future. I think.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
and if you're interested in doing any of this sort of stuff, reach out to Mark.
Yeah, definitely
And
make sure you're
yeah,
talking to one of us, and we will see what we can do. But yeah, appreciate your time, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, man.
of course, you too, man. Have a good night.
All right, see you later, NCBCA.